easy guide. This is gonna be really simple. Everyone can be able to follow along. We're gonna be going through how to control your recoil with this one super easy trick. Let's get right into it. So, controlling your gunfights, controlling your shots with the tap fire. I spoke about this before. We're gonna go through it. This is your natural recoil pattern, okay? So we're gonna use the MTW. This is your natural recoil pattern. So I'm just shooting my weapon and I'm not doing anything else. That's it. I'm just shooting my weapon and the weapon's going up. Okay. Now I know you guys are watching this, like you're probably iridescent, probably crimson as well. Like what? I don't need to know this. Listen, we're going to get to the point that we need to get to. For now, we're going to go through the basics because everyone needs to know this. Okay. This is your basic recoil pattern. So when you shoot, your weapon goes up to that level. So what that means is this. If I was to shoot this bot right now, this training dummy, and I just shoot like that, and then I stop and then I shoot like that, it will naturally go up. Okay. Now I want you to notice something. When you stop shooting, you notice that it goes down to the middle. That is by design, and that is what we're going to work on. That is going to help us massively, okay? So what I always tell you and what most people tell you is this. Go to the opposite direction. So now, because it's going naturally up, all you want to do is move your right stick naturally down slightly, okay? So when you're shooting, move your right stick slightly down. That's it. Now, if you do this, you can see I have nothing crazy on. You guys can see the exact class setup, just so people are asking me, this is the exact class we're using, okay? There's nothing crazy. I'm using a normal scuff. All we're doing is shooting the wall and we're moving our right stick down, okay? That's it. We're just moving our right stick down so that it's basically going against the recoil pattern, okay? So you with me so far? Perfect. Now, the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to notice when does the recoil actually go up? So let's just say we shoot 6 bullets. 7 bullets there. You see how we stop? And this is without me touching the right stick at all, by the way. I want you to notice the recoil pattern. Can you see how they're very similar? This is crazy because this is me not touching my right stick at all. This is me physically not touching my right stick at all. So you basically get the exact same result as controlling the recoil when you don't control it, if you do the burst fire method, okay? Now, what happens when you shoot in bursts and you control the recoil? It's basically the best version. You can see, right, I'm going to try it right in the middle. I'm not even lying. It literally doesn't move. Your weapon doesn't move. So what I want you to do when you're in gunfights, especially at range. So right now we're going to shoot our normal amount of bullets and shoot it normally. As we shoot it, we're going to control the recoil, okay? When you're at range, I want you to shoot about 5 or 6. If you feel like you've missed a bullet or you just want to stop for a second, just stop for 1 second to let it recenter to the middle. And what happens is it allows you to be a bit more accurate at range. So this is going to be the tap fire. Now, if somebody's head on against you, if somebody's in a gunfight against you, yes, it might not work because they're going to be shooting you. You just want to go for the kill, right? But if it's someone on a head glitch, like say there's a guy right there not moving, instead of just spraying and trying to work on my recoil control, I'll do this. I'll be like, shoot, shoot, shoot. And you can see it's a lot more accurate, okay? So we're going to go through some clips now and I'll show you exactly what I mean. In this clip, we actually have a rival, but what you're going to see once again is a tap fire we mentioned, okay? So if we look at the minimap, I know the opponent is upstairs, right? So we're going to go through and we're going to go through another thing that I like to do as well, which is pre-aiming head glitches. So we're going to go across and I'm like, in this moment, I know that he's in the window, okay? Now, the way the recoil works on the rival, I'm going to show you really quickly. Go back to my other screen. Yeah, I'm going to show you the recoil on the rival. It's actually going to be a lot worse. So it's actually a better example using the rival because the recoil on the MTW is going to be a bit more manageable at range, right? So normal recoil pattern, let's go to this side of the wall here for our experiment, normal recoil. And for this one, you can see it gets a lot worse. You can see it goes up and towards the right, okay? But this time we're just going to shoot and control the recoil. You can see we're controlling it. It still moves a little bit because obviously, you know, it's a lot of bullets being fired. But now we're going to just tap fire and we're going to stop. It's a lot more manageable. A lot more. Why? Because the recoil pattern is only, the first few bullets aren't that crazy. What happens is after the first few bullets, it then gets crazy. So if you can just control, if you can just shoot for a few bullets and stop, shoot a few bullets and stop, shoot a few bullets and stop, you're only having a little bit of recoil. When you spray your whole magazine, that's when more recoil happens. That's why it's very important that when you're shooting, not to shoot 30 bullets at a time and control your recoil. It's still going to be all over the place. No, shoot a few bullets, control your recoil. Shoot a few bullets, and it'll be a lot easier to focus on your centering. So right now, you're going to see what I mean. We're going to go through, we're going to do a normal shot while controlling our recoil, okay? So we're controlling our recoil, and you can see it's manageable. Actually, no, I wasn't doing that properly. I was actually, I was only shooting in bursts because, it works out. So in this scenario, we're shooting in bursts. We're shooting, and now I see him in the distance. I'm going to shoot from a distance. Can you see that that was a bit harder to control? At the end there, the first few shots are fine. They're very easy because you're only shooting a few bullets, right? But when it gets at range, you can see it's it's a bit harder. Like my bullets go all over the place and it just takes a bit more to kill them. But now I'm going to show you while shooting at bursts is very simple. We go through, shoot a burst, stop, shoot a burst, stop, shoot a bursts, shoot a bursts, shooting bursts, shooting bursts. It's a lot more simple. I didn't have enough bullets. We're going to go through again, shoot at bursts, we go through. So all you want to do is just shoot and just stop for a second and let your weapon recenter to the middle. And then what happens is the recoil pattern also resets. So you basically want to stop around like before it gets to that point. You want to stop before it gets to that point, which is going to be a few bullets. We go through, we can shoot and stop, shoot and stop, shoot and stop. That one was perfect. Right there you saw, we controlled the recoil. At the end, we stopped. On that third bot, we shot a few bullets. We stopped for 1 second and then carried on. So instead of just spraying a shot like that, you can see it's a lot harder to control, right? It takes so much longer. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to wait for the bot to come up. When we're in a gunfight against long range, we're going to take some shots, stop, take some more shots. Stop for that 1 millisecond allows you to control your recoil, and overall you win the gunfight a lot quicker. So I know you're stopping, it may look a bit silly, but honestly, if you can just stop for a second, center onto them, you'll be able to win every single gunfight. Let's go through again to the other clips. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, perfect. So let's go through this clip and explain what I mean. So we're in a situation where I know where he is. Okay, I know he's up there. Now in this scenario, all I'm thinking is, how do I control my recoil here? I need to tap fire. So we're going to go through, we're going to take our time, we're going to put in the head glitch, and we're going to start to tap fire. We're going to start to shoot in bursts so that my bullets don't have crazy recoil. So look, you see how we're pre-firing him? If I just started spraying there, if I just started spraying my shot and just going crazy here, what would have happened is the recoil would have went a bit too high. But instead, look at that, because I'm doing the burst fire, it works out perfectly. He now comes out the window. Because we've stopped shooting, our recoil resets. It's an easy kill. And that only happens if you do the burst fire shot. It only happens if you control your recoil, shoot a few bullets at a time, and make sure that nothing's going too crazy and you're in total control of the gunfire. We actually have another situation. This time we're going to be using an MCW, and it's basically the same scenario, but this one's actually, I would say, a bit better because he's on a head glitch, right? So you go through, on head glitches, it's very important to control your recoil, because what happens is if you miss one shot, they end up basically, like what happens when you're pre-aiming a head glitch, right? If you're shooting, even if you're controlling your recoil, it's still going to go a little bit higher. So it's very, very important to do this tap fire on head glitches. So we go through, and you can see we see him, right? Now, as we spot the opponent, my centering is pretty good. We're at a good spot now. In this moment, if I just aim in and control my recoil, it's going to be a little bit hard because I have to be perfect. I have to make sure I'm bouncing my right stick. I'm moving it down enough so that my natural recoil counters it, and it basically doesn't move my weapon. But what you see is, because I'm tap firing, it's a lot easier. And when he goes behind cover, I don't panic. I don't, start shooting and pre-firing. No, I stop. Why? Because I want my recoil to go back to the middle. Remember what we went through earlier? When you stop shooting, your centering goes back to the middle. So now I stop, I wait for him again, and I just shoot once or twice, and we get the kill. All you need to do is you're just trying to shoot them 5 times. That's it. You're just trying to shoot them 5 times from that distance. So if you're going to spray them, yes, you're shooting 30 bullets. You may have a higher chance of killing them, but if you take your time, be a bit more accurate, you're going to guarantee the kill. And that's the important thing. I see so many people get some good shots off, but they're kind of all over the place with the aim. So like I said, I recommend doing this one thing. Okay, when you're playing, don't just spray your shots. No, take your time. If someone's here in front of you, close range, yes, you can shoot them with all your bullets, because you're probably going to kill them in the first 6. So your recoil is going to be fine anyways. But if someone's at range like there, then you want to strafe to activate your aim assist. You want to shoot, stop, shoot again. And you can see, split it up into 2. That stopping for 1 second allows you to get another kill, and overall makes the gunfight a lot quicker. YouTube, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like, and I'll catch you guys for another video tomorrow. Peace.